Hello, grade 9 students. Let us have a short discussion on the properties of special parallelograms. So for the objectives, prove and apply properties of rectangles, rhombuses, and squares, and use properties of rectangles, rhombuses, and squares to solve problems. The second type of special quadrilateral is a rectangle. So it is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles. So we have here the feature rectangle A, B, C, D. You can see there are 4 angles. All the angles A, B, and C measure 90 degrees. These are now the theorems on the properties of rectangles. Theorem 6-4-1. A quadrilateral is a rectangle, then it's a parallelogram. So here the figure, hypothesis, then the conclusion. ABCD is a parallelogram. Theorem 6-4-2. If parallelogram is rectangle, then its diagonals are congruent. So as you can see in the hypothesis, okay, segment AC is congruent to segment BD. Sure. Now, since a rectangle is parallelogram by theorem 6-4-1, a rectangle inherits all the properties of parallelograms that you have learned in our previous lesson. Okay, application. Woodworker constructs a rectangular picture frame so that JK is 50 cm and JL is 86 centimeter. Find HM. Okay, find HM. Okay. Oh. So pag 50 to JK cm, tapos JL is 86 cm. What's the measure of HM? Of course, equal yung kanyang diagonals. So JL is 86, KM is also 86. So divide mo yung 86 by 2, that will be the measure of HM. 60 divided by 2 is 43. Ito yung answer na. Now, another special parallelogram is what we call a rhombus. A rhombus is another special quadrilateral. It is a quadrilateral with 4 congruent sides. We have here rhombus A, B, C, D. All the sides are congruent. So these are now the properties of rhombuses. Theorem 6-4-3. If a quadrilateral is a rhombus, then it's a parallelogram. So, sabihin, type of parallelogram itong rhombus na ito. It's special parallelogram. All sides are equal. If parallelogram is a rhombus, then its diagonals are perpendicular. Okay. Diagonals of rhombus are BD and AC. They are perpendicular with each other. If parallelogram is a rhombus, then each diagonal bisects of opposite angles. So BD and AC are diagonals. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 4, angle 7 is congruent to angle 8, angle 6 is congruent to angle 10. So like a rectangle, a rhombus is a parallelogram, so you can apply the properties of parallelograms to rhombuses. Okay, let us try to use the properties of rhombuses to find the measures. TVWX rhombus, find TV. Okay, diba? All sides are equal na rhombus, so we must know the sides. We must know the length of each sides here. So XT is congruent to WV. So if we plug in 13B minus 9 equals 3B plus 4. Then by transposition, we have 10B equals 13. 13 divided by 10, 1.3 yung B. So 1.3 times 3 plus 4. Yun na yung answer. 1.3 times 3. 3.9 plus 4. 7.9. B 7.9. Ito naman, TVWX sa rhombus. And measure of angle BTZ. Where's BTZ? BTZ. 90 degrees siya. 90 degrees yan. Tapos 14A plus 20 naman to. So equate natin yan to. 14 plus A plus 20. 14A plus 20 equals 90 degrees. So magiging 70 divided by 14 na yan. Alam yan, 5 yung A. So it's a measure of angle VTZ. So 90 yan. So A is whatever the measure of A. What's the measure of A? 20. So 20 rin ito. 20. 70 naman yan. So kahit di ko na pala solve mo. So another special parallelogram is a square. Square is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles and 4 congruent sides. So yung sa rectangle, all angles are equal 90 degrees. The inherit naman niya sa rhombus, all sides are congruent. So this is another kind of special parallelogram. For hint, rectangles, rhombuses, and squares are sometimes referred to as special parallelograms. Okay, verifying properties of square show that the diagonals of square EFGH are congruent, perpendicular bisectors of each other. So show natin that the diagonals here, the diagonals of the square are congruent, perpendicular bisectors of each other. How? Gamit tayo dito ng distance formula. We have to show that they are equal, distance formula, and to show that they are perpendicular, to show that they are perpendicular with each other. Slope naman, the product of their slope should be equal to -1. Tapos pag bisectors naman yan of each other, midpoint formula naman, okay? So I think you can do it. So ano ba yung niya? Let's try to solve it orally. You can use your calculator. Okay, pag distance, pag lengths of the diagonals, we have square root of 1 plus square root of 50. Square root of 50 Square root of 50, pareho silang square root of 50, correct? So they are congruent. Now to solve that they are perpendicular, the slope, the product of their slope should be equal to -1. Let's try it already. Pag dito sa FH, what's the slope? 7 over -7. Ito naman, diba? 7 over -1, 7. Tapos dito, -1 over -7. Bali positive 1 over 7. Correct. The product of their slope is negative. Yes, -1. And then, pag bisector midpoint. Pareho sila ng midpoint. What's the midpoint of FH? -1/2. Ito naman, -1/2. -1/2 pala. -1/2. Pareho sila ng midpoint. So, correct, they are congruent. Diagonals of square EFGH are congruent, perpendicular bisectors of each other. And another given, PQTS is a rhombus with diagonal PR. RQ is congruent to RS. Okay, I think you can do it. And ito na solve nyo. So consist of proof, statements, and reason. So hint, start ka sa what is given. So that ends our short discussion on the properties of special parallelograms. Goodbye class, and I'll see you next time.